I'm your host, Donna Cates, and each week we'll dive into powerful stories, expert strategies, and practical tools to help you take charge of your financial future. Whether you're planning for retirement, navigating a divorce, or simply looking to build your wealth with confidence, this is your space to grow, learn, and thrive. Let's get started with today's podcast. Hello, everyone, and I welcome you today. I want to introduce you to the lovely Lindy Clark, and you're going to love her job title. She is the Director of People and Culture at Molly Aspen, and she also owns Spring Terra, which is a fractional HR company for startups. So I'm really eager today, Lindy, to dive deep into your career journey. So if you'll take just about 90 seconds and give us an overview of the work that you do and why you got into it, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, Donna. My pleasure. And thank you so much for having me on your show. So, I have been in luxury hotels and resorts up in the Aspen, Colorado area for the past 15 years and have worked as a director of people and culture, where we created this amazing award winning culture at Molly Aspen that a lot of people are starting to notice and getting different local awards as well as national awards for our hotel, which is incredible. And in addition to that, I have such a passion for helping other women business owners, whether it's fractional HR, consulting, or business coaching. I really want to see other women succeed with their dream businesses and startups. And has always just been a big dream of mine to start a company to assist other women with their own personal growth of something that they have specialized skills in or talents that they've worked towards in their career or just something that they're looking to start up. So I even help small businesses scale as well with Spring Terra. But I've had this incredible foundation working at Molly Aspen and also other luxury resorts in HR to really have such a great skill set to utilize for all these other small business owners.
And I think that's such a valuable thing for you to offer because I know so many of the professional women that I speak to that are working in corporate America or wherever they happen to be. So many of us have aspirations to do something different, but we just don't even know where to start. So having somebody that can help build, help envision what it's going to be like, coaching along the way, that's just really huge. So tell me, with the number of female owned businesses and how quickly that number is growing, what do you see as the biggest problem in your industry, that fractional HR work or in the luxury hotel space, and how are you working to solve that today?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. I think that the biggest lack or the biggest need right now in the market, because there are so many women businesses that are starting to pop up, and I just love seeing that. But I think it's really self doubt, self confidence, fear of getting started. And I personally myself spent the past 10 years in self doubt, not thinking that I could do this or that I could own my own company and just convincing myself otherwise, making excuses or letting different things like time or energy or different life circumstances get in the way. And I feel so passionate about moving forward now and having some momentum, having created my own company and starting to see some success with it, that I want to help other women who feel stuck in that same mind frame that I experienced for 10 years. And I don't want anybody to spend 10 years feeling self doubt or lack of confidence to get started. I want them to start today, because if you have a great idea, a passion, you have a skill set, or you just want to get started with something, it's definitely possible. And I think that more often than not, we as women let fear or self doubt creep in, and it's not so much what we have to offer, it's more of just our own internal conflict of how to move forward with our idea. And so that's what I'm here to do, is to help women overcome those fears and really get to that other side so that they can start to be successful business owners.
Awesome. So, and what I take away from that, I think is really significant for our female audience to hear is it's not so much an industry issue that Lindy is experiencing or witnessing. It's the fact that we women lack the confidence to do the things that we know we can do. So, and I'm curious, Lindy, tell me, over that 10-year period, what was it that created that point where you could pivot and have the courage to step out and start your own business?
Yeah, I think that something just changed inside me. I think that I finally have just been through so many times where I've been reporting into a male manager, executive team, or um, male owners. And not that I haven't learned from them or experienced great things from all of that, but I have had a really challenging career path in terms of being a woman executive. And, I think that what really changed for me, it stems from the inequity in the workplace, even at the executive level, from the top down, of having asked for a raise. And then there were other men that were on the team that automatically got a raise. And then I was treated differently with that. And I know that that's something that I'm not the only person that's been challenged with, but it does exist in this modern day era. And I think that for me, I just saw that I'm always going to be working for somebody else, or I'm going to have to be up to their standards. And I may never meet their standards because, they're going to, at the end of the day, promote the male executive. And so I think that that is just what changed inside me, that I wanted to have my own power and my own freedom, to really, make my own business for myself and to serve others is really what I'm passionate about. So that's really what happened to kind of change my internal dialogue and direction of figuring out how I could stop doubting and build some self-confidence and make sure that I was just going to go after my dreams no matter what.
Awesome. I'm so glad you had the courage to do that. And I think, it's so much of everything that we do is a mindset. And I think we struggle, a lot with mindset. So in your business and in your fractional HR business, how are you coaching people to overcome, those limiting beliefs that we have put in place for ourselves?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's as easy and as difficult as just an initial conversation to really go through what those mind blocks are. A lot of them stem from maybe not thinking that you have enough money to be able to start a business, when in reality, if you have an idea, a passion, there's resources available, especially this day and age, free resources. People, once they know about your business, they really want to help you. I think for the most part, people want to cheer you on. And if you have a great group of people around you that are other business professionals in the same situation, starting up from nothing, they're there to assist you, to build connections for you. And it just opens up so many doors. I think it's also time. I think we as women are so busy. I mean, a lot of us are mothers, we have different obligations just outside the workplace. So to be able to find time to build a business can be completely overwhelming, especially if you don't know how to get started. And I've, just started building out pockets of time. It doesn't have to be super complicated. It can just be, 15, 20 minutes a day where you can just focused on it, and it just starts to compound with what you're working on, and it starts to take off. And I just want other women to know that it is possible to find time, even though it might be difficult. You can always find 15, 20 minutes a day to work on something that you're passionate about.
And I love that you break it down to 15-minute segments, because most of us don't have the time. It's just like me working out. I have all the excuses in the world, and working out and getting that on the calendar. It just, but that's the thing, is doing a little bit, even, I mean, something's better than nothing. And a little baby step forward makes all the difference. And that creates the momentum too, is what I hear you say.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. It just
Awesome.
keeps your eye on the prize each and every day of what you're doing. You're working towards your goal, and it's going to come to fruition as long as you're just continuing to focus on it, as small as the time is.
Mm. And share with me what your thoughts are about where the industry, especially with a fractional, you know, human resources type work, where do you
Yeah.
see that going in the next 5 to 10 years? Is that a growing kind of business model?
Yeah, it's definitely growing. I think that a lot of small businesses maybe don't have the resources for a full-time HR professional, but they can find themselves in sticky situations with employees that they've hired, or they don't know how to write their handbook, or they're having a difficult time retaining staff or even recruiting for different positions. And so I think fractional HR is a great option because it's economical, where it doesn't cost you a fortune. It costs you a fraction of the price of what you would pay for a full-time salaried position, but it allows you to have the same type of support, somebody that's knowledgeable in the field and can help with those different situations, with a monthly fee or a one-time project fee. So it's just definitely ideal for small business owners. And as we have a lot more women entrepreneurs needing that support, I definitely see a need for it, and I think it'll continue to grow.
That's awesome. So it sounds like there are different ways that people can engage with you, whether that's a one-time project or hiring you and having you on retainer or monthly
Yes.
programs.
Yep, exactly. And I can work with, different budgets, or I offer a free consultation. And so we can just have a conversation about your needs and then go from there of what, I think is best for your company needs and come up with a plan for you.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. All right, I'd love to kind of shift gears a little bit and ask you, what is the biggest challenge that you faced thus far in your life, whether it's personal or professional, um, and how has it shaped the way that you're doing business today?
That is a great question, Donna. And I have to go back to my corporate path. And I had a previous position, not the one that I have now, but it was very challenging. And there were a lot of things going on at the executive level that were really not sitting well with me. They didn't align with my personal values. From a general manager that was drunk all the time to just an EC team that was just very dysfunctional. And being an HR professional, it's hard to fix those things necessarily when you have people above you that are reporting into the higher ups in the company. And for me, it again went back to that wage disparity and how I didn't feel like I had a voice. And even though I had voiced my concerns about the inequity with women executive salaries versus men, it was pretty much something that just fell on deaf ears. And if anything, I felt like I was retaliated against after I brought that
Mm,
up. And so that was a very hard moment for me. It really affected me, kind of shook me to my core, where it affected me mentally, emotionally, and physically. I ended up actually gaining 40 pounds at that job. And I'm still working on my health and getting it back to where it needs to be. It's been a couple years since then, but I think that that was just something that I had hit rock bottom with my career and really started assessing what was important to me and what did I value, and how can I align my values more with what I'm doing in my life, whether it's a new position, such as the one at Molly Aspen that I am currently at, shaping the culture instead of walking into a culture that's already built, into Spring Terra as well, and creating something amazing for women that are just wanting to build something themselves and align more with their values and what they want out of life. And so I think it was a very difficult experience, but it's one that has really made me who I am and has helped me to transition to see a bigger picture and move into doing something for myself. So I'm excited that, though that wasn't a great experience, that it did happen, because now I'm here where I'm at.
And that's the thing. And I admire you for this because, a lot of us, have struggles. We just kind of poo poo it away or whatever and don't take action. So kudos to you for, saying, hey, this is not acceptable. And what I want or feel like I need is not there. So I'm going to go create it myself. And I love the fact that the work that you're doing now through the hotel business is creating that culture. It didn't exist for you, so you're just creating it now.
Mm-hmm.
How that's amazing.
Yeah, I love it. I love the culture that we've built at the hotel that I currently still work at, and We just have such great employee retention. We have built out amazing programs every month where we celebrate national holidays and, really recognize our staff and do special things for them all the time. And it's really just created this amazing culture that's starting to have people come to us wanting to work for us, even if we don't have openings. And so I just love that I've been an integral part of that and helped to create it from the ground up.
And I'm confident that you'll continue to help other people create that in their companies as you're working with them in growing whatever their new place is. That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
Absolutely. Yes. I've worked in toxic work environments, so I know what does not work. And I've worked in this new amazing environment and really know how to retain employees and attract them to your business to want to work for you.
Powerful. So I'm going to ask another personal question. If you could have lunch with any human being, living or deceased, who would that be and why?
um, it would have to be Martha Stewart. I know that not everyone's a fan of Martha Stewart, but I absolutely love her because she is iconic and a maverick of her era in terms of really, playing ball with the men in her industry when she was working as like on the stock market, and then moving into this beautiful home that she's built over the years that is just incredible. All the gardens that she has, the animals that she tends to, and just these amazing meals and home decor that she puts together is just truly inspirational. And she continues to reinvent herself, which I just think is so cool. No matter, what her age is or what she does. And I just love her story, and I love watching her show on Netflix with all of her different, gardens that she has and just what she's doing on a daily basis. I just don't even understand how she has all the time to create all these perfect meals and all these different things. So I just really admire what she does, and I'm very much a visual person. So I love seeing, the creation of what she's made over the years and just how beautiful it looks.
Absolutely. And I have to tell you, when you started with her working in the stock market, and that's definitely the old boys club, that I immediately thought, okay, and I may be wrong. I'm not up on pop culture like I should be, but is it? I want to say P Diddy, but it's not P
Oh,
Diddy.
Snoop. She's
Snoop,
hanging out
Snoop
with
Dogg,
Snoop.
Snoop Dogg. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That what a perfect pair. Was that just not cuckoo?
I just love it. I just think they're so funny together. So it's very entertaining, and I
Yes,
love that they're like great friends.
I know I think that's awesome too. So wonderful. Well, I would love for you to share with our audience how they can reach out and connect with you if they're interested in working with you or just learning more about your business. So tell us how to reach you.
Yeah, absolutely. You can reach me anytime at my email, which is info@springterra.com. It's springterra.com. Or you can follow me on Instagram at springterra_coach. Would love to connect with you. Just feel free to reach out anytime. And would love to, consult with you or have a conversation and see how I can assist you with your business dreams.
Awesome. Thank you. And ladies, check her out because she's moving and shaking. So thank you so much, Lindy, for being here with us today. We appreciate it.
Amazing, Donna. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be a part of your podcast. So thank you.
You're welcome. I hope today's conversation left you feeling inspired, informed, and ready to take the next step in your financial journey. Remember, building wealth isn't just about money, it's also about creating a life that aligns with your goals and values. If you found this episode valuable, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with the women in your life who deserve financial empowerment too. Until next time, stay confident, stay empowered, and keep building the life you desire.